in North Long Beach, California. As we understand it right now, a burglary suspect is in that car. It doesn't look like they're going at a horribly fast clip at the moment, although they are passing other cars here. But the police obviously not far behind this car that, according to some local media, say started in Orange County. But again, this is in North Long Beach, California. I don't know if you can tell from this angle, but we were watching this a bit earlier, and apparently the bumper of the back of that car is kind of hanging off the back of it there. So all we know at this point is that this is a burglary suspect leading police through the streets of Los Angeles, North Long Beach specifically. Obviously, in a situation like this, where they're on the freeway, we don't know if they would be able to necessarily perform a method to halt the car, such as a pit maneuver, as they often do, where they get real close to the car there in the back, and they hit the corner of the car to make it spin. You can see it here, a little closer picture of the car. It looks like there may be some, you can kind of get a better picture of the damage that's on the back of that car. Now, the thing is, they've been on the highway. It looks like at this point, this car is turning over, maybe exiting here. Yeah, exiting, and this is by Los Angeles Airport. This is by LAX here. So this car is going to hit a lot of traffic, no doubt about it. And it makes you wonder what his next option is going to be. Here he is weaving in and out of traffic, now on the median side there. Looks like he's going to try to take a right. No, he's getting back into the other lane. This may be a better option, perhaps, for police to try to even throw out some stop sticks if they can try to prognosticate where this truck or this car may be driving. The reason that we lost a picture here for a second, as you might be noticing, he's driving underneath the runways of LAX right now. That's where this tunnel is. But there, it looks like there's the car. We're trying to see. There's several white cars that have come out of here, so we're trying to see what happened and trying to find out. There looks like we'll see if we can find the police cars here. But again, this is a burglary suspect that we believe came from Orange County. Don't know what he robbed. Don't know. You know, the cars, as far as we can tell, have not emerged. So perhaps something stopped, something happened inside the tunnel. We don't know if this is a burglary suspect of a commercial facility, if it was a bank, if it was a home, a burglary of some sort. We don't have any of that information right now. We just know, as we're waiting here, the cameras are waiting, this burglary suspect seemed to drive underneath the runways here at LAX, and the car that the police were chasing, as well as the police cars that were in pursuit, have not emerged from this tunnel. But this was a white compact car that obviously had sustained some damage. Okay, I understand. I'm sorry. This is not Los Angeles Airport. The fluid situation here. It's John Wayne Airport in Orange County, I'm told. John Wayne Airport in Orange County. So we're just going to try to get a good view of what's happening. But again, it looks like perhaps they stopped or something happened underneath this tunnel that's underneath the runways here at John Wayne in Orange County. But again, if you're just joining us, let me catch you up real quickly. The car sustained some sort of damage. Don't know if this burglary suspect is even in his own car. We don't know that, and I shouldn't say his. We don't know if it's a he or a she. We just know it's a burglary suspect that police were pursuing here, and we don't know if if the burglar in this car, suspected burglar, was even alone in the car. But we're going to keep our eye on this for you, because obviously you can tell traffic is not coming out of this at all. So it's not just the burglary suspect's car and the police that were involved in this chase that have halted, but it looks like they've halted all traffic altogether from this particular route. So there you can see the backed up traffic behind us. So I don't know if perhaps they crashed underneath in this tunnel, but there's a police car there. Looks like it's making its way to the scene. As soon as we get some more information for you, we'll bring it to you. But again, a burglary suspect in pursuit, or police in pursuit of that burglary suspect at John Wayne Airport in Orange County right now. Looks like somebody's coming out of there. It looks like that's a police officer. Maybe they're just going to continue to block off those lanes. Okay, I apologize. We had some bad information. I want to correct myself. Please excuse me. This is indeed LAX, Los Angeles Airport. This is indeed LAX. This is not John Wayne Airport in Orange County, but we had heard that perhaps this burglary suspect had begun running from police in Orange County. You just saw the police officer there get off of his bike, and he's going to go inside the tunnel. We don't know what's happening in there. We're going to try to find out. We'll bring you more in a moment. All righty, take a look at what's happening here in Los Angeles, right around Los Angeles International Airport, no less, because that's not congested enough often, is it? Burglary suspect was being pursued by police in a the burglary suspect was in a white compact car, went through North Long Beach. Some local media saying this started in Orange County, but apparently it looks as though something happened in a tunnel. Once the burglary suspect drove, you see that tunnel right there? Well, you can't see the tunnel itself. What you're looking at there are the runways at LAX, and underneath, that is the tunnel. You can see there is not a car coming out of the left-hand side there. It's Sepulveda Boulevard, which you know is a very, very congested area there, Sepulveda. But obviously, police have stopped anybody from going inside that tunnel. They had chased this white car into the tunnel, and then they never came out the other side. Mike Brooks, our law enforcement analyst, is with us now. So, Mike, we can only assess at this point or speculate that either somebody crashed or perhaps they performed a pit maneuver to try to stop him.
Or maybe he stopped, went to get out, or maybe he's not getting out, and there could be a standoff underneath that tunnel. One of the things we don't see, Christy, are any fire and rescue personnel going in there. That's a fairly long tunnel. I've been under this tunnel. It goes right underneath the runways of LAX.
Well, and Sepulveda Boulevard is very, very busy. That is one of the main
drags around the Los Angeles area.
Mike, I don't know if you can see this. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you see the white car we're looking at there on the left-hand side. That may be the car. That looks like the car it was in. It had some damage to the backside of it anyway, as it was being driven into this tunnel, and it looks like the police are right there. Does it look as though perhaps they performed a pit maneuver since it's facing sideways as opposed to coming out of the tunnel?
And now, if they would not be letting that traffic go through that tunnel if there was any danger to law enforcement or civilians, it looks like that they most likely have the guy or the woman in custody, and they're letting traffic flow through that tunnel now.
You have to let traffic open up as soon as possible in that area.
Absolutely. Because you figure it's just a little bit after 9 o'clock, so 9:13 in the morning, so it's right at the end of the rush hour. And when we've got traffic moving and we see the car, looks like it's might have hit the wall, or it might have been involved with a pit maneuver with LAPD.
Because the pit maneuver would flip it around like that.
It would, absolutely. And, as you said, there was some damage already to the vehicle, but we see some motor officers down there in the tunnel also, and they've got traffic moving, so it looks most likely this person is in custody.
Okay. Hey, Mike, thank you so much for being with us here. But again, looks like we are seeing the aftermath of a police pursuit of a burglary suspect. We don't know if they performed a pit maneuver to stop him or if he crashed the car somehow, but on the left-hand side of your screen there, you see that white car. We believe that to be the car they were chasing, and they are now opening up Sepulveda Boulevard here around Los Angeles International Airport to traffic so they can get by this tunnel underneath the runways there at LAX. We're going to keep watching this for you, and we'll bring you the latest. We have more news for you in a moment. A few moments at Los Angeles International Airport this morning. A burglary suspect took police on a wild ride as they chased him into the LAX area there on Sepulveda Boulevard. We do understand that they were able to, we believe, get a hold of the suspect after the suspect crashed the car after the police performed a pit maneuver in order to stop that vehicle. So it looks like the lanes at Sepulveda Boulevard there outside LAX are on the move again, and as soon as we get some information about that burglary suspect, well, you saw it here, a police chase in the Los Angeles area. It ended near LAX. Brought it to you live just a few moments ago. It started when police arrived at the scene of a reported burglary in Long Beach. Officers say the burglary suspect took off as soon as they got there, and you see him there in that white car, that white compact car. Eventually led them to highways leading to the Los Angeles airport, and that's where it ended, specifically at this tunnel that leads to the airport on Sepulveda Boulevard. Police say the suspect crashed his car after they performed a pit maneuver. Police let traffic flow out of that tunnel soon after. There it comes, and that suspect is in custody.
Right here, about an hour ago, a little less than an hour ago, police chase in the LA area ends right underneath a runway at LAX. That's the white car being pursued, a burglary suspect behind the wheel. The suspect took off in his car, hit the freeway system. The Tustin police, that's in Orange County, lost him on the 5 freeway northbound. Then an unmarked car happened to be on the freeway at the time, picked up the pursuit. It went west on the 105 off of Sepulveda, and underneath that runway at LAX, right in the middle at the end of rush hour, and that's where it ended. Right on Sepulveda Boulevard, and nobody emerged on the other side. So the apparently whatever maneuver ended it, and presumably was a kind of a pit maneuver, occurred in that tunnel underneath LAX. The suspect taken into custody. The